Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Yorubaland series of Crusader Kings 3 here on the Lord Master channel. Well, we still have the High Kingdom, in which we survived yet another disillusioned faction, and we've averted their idea for independence, at least for now, because the discontent is 68. Otherwise, we only have one who's a damn malcontent due to wanting the high chiefdom of Conco and chiefdom of Issa. Even if I give her everything, she still would be pleased, even if I give her the seat on the council. And below legitimacy expectation, which I'm working on it, and also over the domain limit, which I too am working on it. But there's limits to holding this much land, especially when you're tribal. Give it time. Give it time. But for now, I would so love to make investments out of this, you know. We create a bronze work industry so we could get more income. And especially prestige gain, which is something that's badly needed. And same goes for down there in Benin. Bronze working is going to be the key here. But to do that, we need more money. I know it may look like you do have the money, Lord. So what are you talking about? Well, the important thing now is to get prestige. Lots of it. So people can look at me more highly. As I'm only 17, I've been into this relatively new for this uni here. In 10 years time, 9 years time, that I'll be marrying this person in order to, you know, to prevent them from joining any factions. That's the idea that we have here. So for now we should go on a grand tour to start the episode with. Actually, I've already done a funeral. Because if you want to gain more legitimacy, funerals are the way to go. Holy site. Holy site. Because we know that my brother, he died from being ill, but honestly, he made such little impact. He only ruled for 4 years. So do we have at least, you know, humble ceremonials before we even think about doing a grand tour? Maybe we will do it after the grand tour, if time is still allowed. If it expires, well then, oh well, it's on me. Plus, you gain legitimacy by going on grand tour, so... Oh boy! I'd be going everywhere, so... First things first. Down there. Then to there. To there. 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 Well, not this person. And there. I do not want to meet this unruly vassal. And I don't want to go all the way over there, because that would be much of a hassle to be there. I mean, there's a possibility that you can. But there's like so many different means of travel. And plus it costs more. And also you need mercenary guards and Trans-Saharan merchants. Oh, actually, you're right on. We have the same amount of costs. Actually, wait 1 month or so. And we know that the character is just, I believe. Yes, the character is just, so justice will be the intent here. So, okay, it just reduced a bit. And also that disease will be gone by that, so I wouldn't worry too much. But this is going to be a very deadly travel because you're going across a country that has less control. Your bodyguards are with you. And some of your best knights. And including, you know, the wise man. So, let's just hope for the best and hopefully I don't get killed. Because remember, if I die, sister takes over. Well, half-sister. Which is not currently betrothed to anyone right now. Although she'll be more into stewardship. But at least she's a nicer person. So, that's the reason why I said at the cliffhanger. It says, in the next episode, will he survive the Grand Tour? Well, let's get that answer right now. And we'll make all that money back through the Trans-Saharan trade, hopefully. So, let's go. Our glory is widely known just for that stage off the start. And you know, I may not have, you know, the diplomacy, but I do have the stewardship, so at least this gives us more time to make some back, so let's just hope we get lucky with this. Just earn a lot more money and I'll invest in the bronze working. And whatever I may be interested in. Wants to write about diplomacy? Well, we don't have any books, artifacts in here. So just wait till I have a little more. Cultural festival in Overhaul. That's where we are at this time. 1 second. You hold a vast sway of land up there. So you'll have yours. And try to keep it together. And I'm not currently swaying anybody at the moment, so it would be best to sway your marshal. Actually, no. Well, I don't think you have to worry about the spy master. She's terrified of me, so she won't do a thing. So we'll sway the council. Even with all the effort that's been clearly put in the vessel, I can still notice some abandoned houses and poor materials in the harbor. When I approach the main square, I see that Nana Ugola has been surrounded by a group of kids, eager to ask about our entourage. They immediately hide the moment they see me. I brought this from the capital, if anyone cares to see. I show them the wooded chest set above. Magnificent, says as the kids come back to see it. Well, it's just a cluttered artifact. And I'm not using it right now. So in fact, you can keep it. You'll have to look at me more highly. Alright, time for tribute. If you don't, your ass is mine. Your ass is mine. We'll deal with you later if I ever am in the move. But then again, I'm just, so I don't think I'll be taken up on it. Okay, we just left to the water, so Yemo just told. The goddess of water. Sharp gusts and lingering squalls have kept the ship tipping and rolling for hours. I stand on the deck, clutching firmly onto the mast. I see the chest carry my magnificent regalias come loose. I'm too far to save myself, but Jindy's within reach. However, she would be at risk of falling overboard. She's my caravan master. Save it! Apparently, it's saved, yeah. Go ahead and up there. You eat it. Harmless plant. Dirt! Shit, we're gonna be late. No need to spend prestige, because we could get prestige by whatever. And plus, give us extra days for the possibility of the African trade to get more money. So you could take as much delays as you want. But keep in mind, we're traveling in very, very dangerous country. Well, it's gonna get more dangerous when we get up there. Settling in for dinner. You've been punished in the past due to rebellion. So, hopefully, relations will improve between us. Seems not the only honored guest. She replenished the alcohol stores. Okay, you gained more opinion towards it. Seems not the only honored guest at the court. The seating I set up beside a fascinating Olayide. Our conversations left me really feeling most elated. My skills in the matter of war are legend, Uni. If you have me, I'd gladly lend those skills to you. It is rare that one finds such a fascinating person about a home of their own, but is there room for her in my court? Well, of course there is. Only doing that because it makes it more majestic. One second. Okay. Will you pay? Oh, what do you mean pay? Will you give me tribute or no? We refuse to. You have rebelled in the past, but can't wait to get rid of you again. Here comes the dangerous travel. This will be a cultural festival. One second. Okay. Nothing too much. Time of tribute. Is everyone against me? Nobody's home. Okay, next phase skipped. So we're just gonna go travel across very dangerous territory now. Where banditry is very prominent, so be on your guard. Not to mention it's occupied. Our journeys brought us to Avaji. What was once a lovely village been reduced to a ghost of what it used to be. Piles of rubble that were once homes and received smoke, choked by the destruction at the hands of a ruthless army. Weeping and covered with grime, a woman searches what might have been a farm for anything left of the possessions. She notices us clear down a place in this wasteland and darts towards her entourage. Wounded and ill. And based on how she looks, you know, ill and hurt and old, though she was a gardener and a reveler. Used to be married, son of the nobility. So I'll say, let her come. One person poses little danger. Now Gontor quickly covers the ground between us, paying no mind to all the dozens of bodies that litter the ground. She lunges towards me with snarling maul and wild fear in her eyes. Well, I said, I can handle this. I got wounded by a wretch. And I'm wounded, but I'm healed now. I'm alright. As we trekked through Bida, our caravan stopped at a clearing, bordered by Spanish smoke. I proceed toward the commotion to find Kade and Olayinka are having an argument. I have no more of your idiocy, you obnoxious oaf. And he stamps his foot in there. You're the one who has wine on you, Tartar. Screaming, are we there yet? At every crossroads, Olayinka retorts. This is the mercenary captain that's with us, and this is Courtier. Well, I'll say this. There's only one way to solve this, because you people have made me mad. Because yes, I'm wrathful, and I have a tendency to be dreadful, so I'll say, there's only one way to solve this. Fight! And Olayinka wins. Yeah, because you're too old for this sort of thing. Loathsome ogre, you calls me, bodyguard. So it's the caravan master, take care of it. Can you treat him? Hate to have that mercenary cat to die on me. Alright, dinner time. At least you'll look favorably on me, I hope. But if you don't pay me tribute, I'm gonna lay you out. It is morning. I emerge reluctantly into the waking world as the morning sun suddenly pierces my vision. I see a servant shuffling awkwardly around my room. Unsteady, he sets my breakfast down beside me. I ask what troubles him. Even with such minimum provocation, he begins to vomit words forfix. Oh, my wise and Kaiuni, these walls talk. Oh, what terrible things they say. I know so much. I know so much. I think some days, Oba, Ayodile of Ibeda would never forgive me if I told you, but I just can't keep these secrets in my head anymore. Well, I said, you should just keep your mouth shut then. I don't want to hear no more of this talk. You got that? Ransom. Oh, the no good rebel. 100 gold? No, you stay there. You stay in there. Another evening, remember, draws to a close. I find myself locked in conversation with Abeka of all people. Before I know it, the room has become silent save for our conversation, and everyone is hanging on my next word. Though a little awkward, I'm sure I could tell a tale that everyone here will be delighted by. Well, since you're a content villain, so I'll say, well, I don't know. Something light. Still, it was impressive. Time for tribute. Will you do that? You refuse once again! 1, 2, 3, not 4. 4, 5. A fire in the forest. A pleasant stroll through the the forest makes you appreciate the landscapes around us. The luminous green, as saturated as a duchess dress made of the finest fabric. The rays of the sun, the canopy is liquid ink. A vibrant smell, perhaps campfire, turned to my entourage. Um, observer careful master's livid face. Fire! She screams, pointing at not so distant flames where my colleague's been trapped. My bodyguard. Oh, God. Onyeka Choku, you go! Because 38% chance that he rescues him unarmed, 61% chance he manages to rescue but with great difficulty, 0% chance that the character dies and he gets wounded. Alright, we manages to rescue him with great difficulty. I'm taking that option because remember that ill thing and that killed the previous ruler? Alright, the unruly man himself. Let's have dinner together. Surely the meal this evening has been a delight. I feast all manners of food, savory and sweet. But that thing has quite narrowed my appetite like these fine pomegranate cakes. No matter how many I eat, no matter how much I savor the taste, it is simply isn't enough to get them out of my mind. I find myself becoming lost in the each bite. The flavor bursts into my mouth, bringing me a step closer to experiencing urun. Though my stomach is packed tight to my clothing string, I feel compelled to reach more. 0% chance of death, so these are too good not to. 44% chance I'd be full dessert or out of a stomach ache. I am satisfied. It would seem that Ochulo of Savalu has decided to put on a performance for my music this evening. I sit at the feast table, eagerly waiting for my entertainment. When he appears dressed as uh, my beloved brother, I can only think when all the wonderful times I had together. A heartfelt tragic performance of recreating my brother. Died from being ill. Well, how should I indulge this? Look, we had our differences in the past, but you never officially rebelled against me, and you're terrified of me. I think you were trying to appreciate, rather than I see it as an insult. But it was a tragic performance. I'll say how wonderful. I'll lose it because I'm, wrathful. Are you sure? You lose strength because you're wrathful because, this. You think that would be the opposite? Or is this an insult to the wrathfulness? I don't know. Reconciliation is possible, in the post-war years. Oh, finally some more. Untag, you goof. During this evening, it's a little difficult. It's a little different, excuse me, from what I'm used to. The cook lackadaisically drops a bowl in front of me and immediately met with the most worldly aroma I've ever smelled in my life. This dish is from the depths of Unun, is offensive to all the senses. Some slimy green substance sits in its pale foamy broth like an untended chamber pot. With a single sprig of herb placed on top of a futile effort to make the thing look appetizing. My every instinct compels me to fling the thing out of the nearest window. Marachulo or Savalu shares it into local delicacy. What do you mean? Well, down the hatch, no matter what it does to me. Hey, it was a good meal. Alright, will you give me tribute after all this time? And he did. Alright. Thank you. And we got a long walk to the next place. On second. There we go. Alright, we arrive at the small village of Parco to see quite a commotion in the town square. An unfortunate creature surrounded by furious villagers. A bleak, hopeless look in his eyes, and brightens as he notices my procession's approach. My Uni! These villagers say that my actions have made a sinner of me, but it is all lies. Won't you give me the Uni's justice? True, this evidence seems circumstantial, but a lowly peasant should never speak to the owner unprompted. What's that area like? Is it need and control? No. So I'll say serving me will be his punishment. Stick around. Again, you two? Again? Fight! And only Inca gets wounded, and the position treated her. Saint Latvia of Volga, yes. Also screw this woman, so I'll say cast down this heterodox. We desecrated the tomb here. As we managed to get through the dangerous path in Nikki, we decided to rest for the night. As I walk around the cabin, suddenly a stranger and there's someone missing bothers me. I ask around, and everyone agree on one thing. They don't remember seeing this man all day. He was keeping the rear guard as we entered the war-torn province. I suppose it was the best idea, knowing of the battle. She's already gunning for the front lines. Oh. Unless she's lost somewhere in the savannah. I'll find out. Smell a search party. Found her. We've been traveling for much of the day, weary and tired, as there has been a good place to properly rest for several hours. Wasn't it supposed to be a well-traveled road? Yet, lo and behold, we eventually saw a small stream of water, and what more, there were old worn-out bronze cups hung by chains to a nearby boulder. It seems that the locals, or perhaps whoever's in charge of the region, generously provided these cups to travelers to more easily collect water. Thank Goldumare for this refreshing water. One second, let me take a drink. For a couple of years now, a band of brigands self-entitled the Black Marks have been terrorizing parts of the Chief of Ominja. It's not related to travel. While robbing peasants and assaulting traders, they also give a significant amount of coin to settlements within the county, helping people to cope with the hard times. In a nice move on the part of my militia and my spies, these bandits are finally caught in the trap brilliantly devised and have now been captured. There are a lot of radical measures demanded, from hanging to pardoning their thieves. The council is also split on the matter. What seems amiss is a balanced view of the situation. The raffleness will get the better of me because I'm starting to go down that trend. Torture and hang them all. We tortured the thieves in order to find a location of the loot in the last couple of years. After that, a public hanging in the settlement of the chieftain of Ominji. That is most affected by that, which will increase popular opinion there, and gain some gold out of it. Gold that is most definitely needed these days. It's not the first time I catch my courtier on tomato grow. Fiddling around some flowers is big along the road. Sometimes we're even silently looking over Dente's holding. My late says, it's not a secret that my heart has found a new home far from home. Whilst my soul aches for Winkuni, my desires know no end. Her eyes, her hair, I long with just to so I die for her. Please, beg. You're lost to her? Skill-wise, she's got good diplomacy, so I'll say we have enough room in our court to welcome both of you. Slope again. Take a delay so we can get African trade maybe. Some more. Monetary gain. I forgot I have this place. Which I'll give it away one day. 40 gold. Very good. See, we're making it all back. Cultural festival in Turkey. I gave you this land, so you shall do fine. The music on the main stage is promptly followed by the dancers. The beauty of their movements that makes them look like part of the stage. They throw their hands in the air and it feels like watching trees grow new branches. A gasp from the audience when one of the dance starts climbing the wooden wall of the stage. And now, she says, I shall take revenge from... Wah! As a phone falls to the ground, the sound of the crowd lets everyone hear a clear crack. Doing that is unjust, but... Ugh. If I say this option, I gain stress because it's just. If I say the other option, then it's wrathful. Well, I'll say, well, that surely hurt. Keeping it in character. I'm sure I would probably lose stress if I had a callous trait. That's my assumption. Because I don't play too many callous characters. Will you give me tribute? You do not. Despite everything I've done for you. Well, it's likely because of you being arrogant and callous. After everything I did for you. Larava invites me to join a culture parade. He assures his Oba Ayethes watched over the preparations to give me the best parade that the chieftain of Courtiers could offer. As he speaks, artisans who display their finest handicrafts. I've never seen such quality products. I'm surprised it wasn't brought to my attention sooner. The people from Courtiers are truly gifted. Ooh. I could learn a thing or two from the Oba. And now the long travel down there to Crew. East Crew. Trade him. I'm the only one. Want my bowl of stew. That food was disgusting. Seems our caravans have become a little lost in these foreign lands. Jindy's been treading us around Saharan for hours, though she at least swallowed pride and ask for directions. She does not appear to be an expert Gur speaker. Well, let me try. 59% chance that we gained 7 days of progress. 40% chance will be delayed. We got lost. Slope, and this adds more days of waiting. Now you're going across dangerous country. Since leaving home nearly over a year ago, I've seen the highs and lows, reveled in the wind blowing through my hair, and lamented the rocks on my boots. There's so many places, so many things yet to see. Out there on the open road, I feel free from the stuffy stronghold, if only for a little while. The roads are full of pilgrims and wanderers. Perhaps it is among them that I'll find a peace of mind. Out here, I'm truly free. Toll collect this. Perhaps you take payment in blood. Wounded it, but at least it's making you a better physician. I am told that nature is venerated here in Leo. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. As an extension of the will of the gods. We watch as locals adorn an old tree in fine materials and jewelry as if they were accordion. Many of my entourage are satisfied to watch from a distance, but I feel compelled to do something more. Fascinating. I'll just say that. As we trek through here. Oh, not again, you two! It's always you two! Fight again! And this time you got wounded. And you're not getting treated. Based on how it looks now. And our journey is violently interrupted by the sound of tearing flesh and gnashing jaws. And desperate cries of a man's about to meet his end. The noise is so horrific it must have come from the depths of Odin. Attempting to track the source, we find a desperate knight struggling a wild hyena. The blade is wedged between the beast's jaws, his grips beginning to falter. This man deserves my help. And I got mauled by a hyena while this character dies. Failed wound treatment. Uh-oh. Despite the fact I'm feeling fine, but it still hurts. Tell me. Basically bad omen. Traversing the arid hills on the outskirts of Laurel Penny, we are suddenly attacked by a swarm of bandit riders out for blood. Another set of riders rapidly approach from the nearby holding, led by Bado Afa Ajuri. I'm very pleasantly surprised at the altruistic demeanor of the local Bado. And I praise Oldumare that they arrived just in time. Afa Ajuri circles back around with victorious grin and says, "You should join us for some lobby hospitality at Laurel Penny." Well, it would be my honor. Thank you very much. This is dangerous country. Wild animals came to our camp last night while we were in Godvitan. No one was hurt, but they did ransack some of our food supplies. God dang it! We have to accept our losses on this one. Sorry about this. Posy man stand on rope ahead of us. I am Bessa of Kong. I've batched dozens of men in combat, and honestly all those fights were dull. So here I am, on this road, looking for someone better than me, someone I can learn from. If you could best me in combat, I'll become a valuable and loyal servant, and so on this day I demand to meet one of you in a fair fight. Oh my goodness! No way I can beat this man, especially that I'm wounded. Can you do it? Fuck, no way, because I might get, severely injured for this. Well, he might be wounded too. I wish we have him. So I'll show how it's done. He wins the fight. Toll collectors again. Got wounded again, but how are you treated? You've been treated of your wounds, but not to me. This is one of my knights. Traitor. The Independence faction is gone. Alright, she's come of age. A natural administrator from birth. It should surprise no one that's come far in the studies of management of the realm. Despite their thorough understanding of the flow of gold and the wanderings of people, she expresses remarkable creativity in dealing with these matters. Alright, you're a fortune builder. But it does not compare to mine, despite the fact I have a lower level of education. I'm coming, sister. We're just gonna be late than usual. Stalling for time and hopefully get some Trans-Saharan trade going. The metal woman. Oh, this event, but this time it's a woman who's got, trapped here. Considered it gone for a price. Grotto emerges from the vegetation like a stone arch cathedral. On its entrance, a small wooded table in a stall. Someone left the lantern burning on it. Cover my knee, Chindi holds her arm on my chest. There are bandits in these lands. They are quick to make accusations. Let them illuminate for you stands to the entrance. I'm really a hermit, and you carry the title of the Uni. Tardy is what they call her. How about it will be a great addition to the entourage? Come over here. Oh gosh, fire again. Yeah. Well, the Inca is trapped in a fire. Well, I like having her around because even though we have issues between us, who's going to save her? Ah! I don't know! But here's the thing. 25, 50, 25. 36, 62, 0. Okay. Bilkis, you save her. 36% chance he rescues unarmed. 62% chance manages to rescue with great difficulty and gets wounded. 0% chance that Inca dies. Bilkis is wounded. Oba Birin Uninola gives us a warm reception when we come to our keep. Our guards seem to chuckle at the movers they see us pointing around to us. My dear Uni Akinum and Kintuminde, it's such an honor welcoming you at my sons. What are you doing with my hermit? Oh. Well, we don't see each other eye to eye. Especially that I've been done some things that I'm ashamed of, but it wasn't my intention to steal your courtier. Go. You go. I'm coming. Sister. Oh. As I lie in bed, constrained by my wounds, I have time to reflect on the meaning of life and how tenuous my grasp of it all is. My fate rests partly on my constitution, partly on the care I receive, but mostly on life. As time passes, a conclusion approaches, but in the end, I'm ready to accept my destiny. Let's hope for the best. So, here's the thing. 9% chance that I'll die. 5% chance I'll get scarred. 85% chance I'll lose wounded. Didn't die. Not this time. Several peasants gathered around me asking for stories from my life. I think back on what I could tell them, and two stories jumped to mind. One when I was released by Boncana as a lovely man. On the other hand, when I was victorious in Antiquity's war is a more awesome tale, likely to inspire loyalty and fervor. Well, everyone loves a war story. Condemn me transgressions again. Oh, not again with this. Push through, they're mere insects. Now let's have a good dinner between us. Hopefully we'll have a better understanding than we would. Illness happens at times. We're both ill, you know. Oh, what the hell is this? Is Independence back on? Actually, no, that's peasant rabble. Yeah, okay. Never mind then. Mercenary contract expiring. We'll let it expire. They served us well. You're all better from your illness. Time for tribute. I emerged from my slumber another peaceful night staying for Baobirin, crew. As I regain my consciousness, I feel something heavy beside me that wasn't there before. I feel a familiar touch of a woman gliding her finger inquisitively across my breast. This gift is certainly unexpected, but is it really such a pleasant thing to wake up to? You're trying to get me in trouble, sister. What are you doing? I'll just say, what a wonderful way to wake up to. Just this once. I followed around in the hay, who was frail. just someone we found. Oh, hell. What have you done? Homeless wanderer could be persuaded to stay. What if I paid travel expenses? Why the hell not, huh? Now we must travel across the Gulf of Guinea to get back. Okay. Give her the money. Write a book about diplomacy. To the Gulf of Guinea we go. Safe travels. Eek. The beneficiary approaching of arms, full scrolls of manuscripts. My lord, there's so many areas of diplomacy worthy attention. Courtly conduct, relationships, poetry. How do you know where to start? What topic does your muse yearn for? You decide. I'm indifferent of what I think about such things. Ah, hell. I was just looking something up, unrelated. I made it back to land. Thank the gods. Long trip, huh? 250 prestige, 75 renown. Let's make an investment on this. It's 5 years' time and we'll start making more tax than ever before. And let's wait until we have this peasant revolt dealt with. And where's that at? Exactly? Oh, up there. Well, in this case, raise men at arms only. Which you can get it done up in a day, so... Boom. Man at arms only with knights. And you'll be up there in 3 months. Just be stationed over here. You handle it. Because I don't have the martial skill to handle these matters. We don't need to bring levies. Man at arms will do. Yeah. Mercenaries are gone. I'll spare the gold because I can't spend on anything right now. And oh, damn it! What a waste of 50 gold. Alright, once we're done dealing with this peasant revolt, we're gonna go raiding. You know, 5 years' time. We need to get this. And subsequently, oh, I know what to do. If you want to build buildings faster like the one, get a royal architect. We got a good one. Oh, he hates my guts. Well, give it a heck. And then, in addition, increase development because this actually reduces the construction time. So now, it takes about 3 years instead of 5 years. We want this done as soon as possible. Alright, stationed. Ready and willing. Ah, there's another reason why, sister. If you want to look at me more highly, well, you shall have it. Plus, you're an illegitimate ruler. What has happened to you? Because if I were to die right now, terrible things would happen. But at least we stick together. After all, you are intimidated of me. I have been intimidated because I can be a bit angry at times, so don't take it out on me. In a month's time, here it comes. We've been burdened with your oppressive laws for far too long. No more. We are done paying you taxes. Once your coffers drop and your larders are empty, you'll wish you treated us more fairly. Never! A peasant's lot is to serve their lord. Your heritage knows about us. Worry not. You shall be taught a lesson in humility. Yeah. That's why we stationed him here. Stupid man. Right, wait 1 month for recovery and then it's raiding season time. Expanding lately, have you? Two, no more is necessary. Oh. He entered the chambers followed by the Admiral's sound. The stench soldier was a jar in his hand. A mixture of cow's dung and herbs was brought to my lord. When proceeded to smear my chest almost wretched. And yet the pulse did nothing to improve my state. I think I feel worse. I thought you were old and wise. He is old, but not wise enough. As much as I want to take it out on him, but it's just against just. I'll say, go away. I want to rest. Still feeling fine after I had those good meals during the travels. God dang it! Construction slowed down. Mismanaged development. It's still 3 years as scheduled. There's been a lot of neighboring wars lately. Also, it's been 100 years since the game started. Another thing to note about, ladies and gentlemen. 11 episodes in, and already we made through 100 years. It flew by. Okay. Where do we raid? That's becoming an issue now. Hardly anybody disturbs these, so you go up there, and you go down there. It'll be a while. Have fun, boys, while we make some real fortune. They're on their way. Oh, I'm laughing. It's just something I was reading. Oh yeah, he's boned. It's just something in real life. No need to concern for you people. But as they're on their way, so let's hold court. My vassal, Omanto, comes forward, apprehensively escorted by his wife, Faduma, who seems in bad temper. She spouts, "My lord, Adede Feyakeme is trying to seduce my husband for the Nayeme. She never liked me. It must be her." Moto, it's clearly better to have deserted so publicly. You could barely bring yourself to meet my eyes. That's my architect. And you got this one. Well, we shall see if there's any truth to this. And it denies any involvement. Stands before me is Raisa of Babura. My lord, my motor has been hit hard recently by the recent raiding and looting. People are starving, our fields are not recovering, and our livestock's not able to survive anymore. My liege, Masaruchi Doganiaro, lacks either the money or the will to help us. We beg you to intervene and save your devoted subjects with great magnanimity. She bows to your false sign. Well, you better pay your taxes or there'll be consequences! Just an outburst. Because the woman stands warning for the court. The recent war took a toll on our countryside. We're not sure who the culprit is, but it eluded an important cultural site to us. It of worries. We beseech you, spare some of your resources where we can receive restored. The peasants are, of course, a clumsy vow, a clear indicator of their low-born status. Use the remaining materials for other buildings. We may have to invest in that in future. These peasants going mad. This way. I survived illness. I thought I was gonna die, to be honest, because of that mistreatment. I don't care about the revolt between you two. I just want the money. Just bypass them and raid there. They're off the performance accord. This time we were promised something special and I certainly got it. As trouble starts yet another stanza. I try not to show how flat I am by this dedication in front of the entire court. Miros Sogolon is truly outdone herself. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Gained artifact claims, a bunch of them. Finally, that old woman finally croaked. So therefore I gained artifact claims. This. That thing. This. And this. That's nice to know. At least you'll be more, I revoked your title in the past? Well, in 80 years' time, he'll soon to get over it. So perhaps we can get along in future. This way. Cousin, you care? 10 gold. Next place to raid here. Go. We should consider ourselves pretty fortunate with regards to where we're raiding and how we're raiding. The big issue was raised yesterday in the former meeting of my vassals. I presented my political plan for the development of Rome, but I soon met resistance by my vassals. All in all, they complained about my intromission of their private affairs and property. Unfortunately, I lost my temper, and soon the defense of my position started to be seen as a great sign of tyranny on my part. My co-chaplain was president able to sing this attention to help me solve the matter as smoothly as possible. I must decide what I do to address the unfortunate situation. accept the mediation of my court champion. Made no such that I don't. Still try to cushion the impact of my tyranny of past behavior while furthering my political agenda. The value of his main skill, at least T, will provide you with bonus as well as your traits. Gregarious, humble, diplomat, shrewd. Conversely, if your court champion with the main skills of less than 15 and have traits fickle, oh, he does. Arrogant, impatient. Oh no, God, dog it. You know what? Take that hit. Just drop the matter and repent from my behavior. Stop trying to dictate. Vassals manage their possessions, thus reducing my consequences of my previous willpower. I'll take the hit. I'm sitting in my temple. My thoughts abandoned the words of the coach in favor of the town rolled in the hay. Ever since then, I've been almost thinking of her daily. Unfortunately, some rather noticeable side effects. Perhaps if I position the Odoith just right, I can hide this growing problem out in the nose. I mean, she isn't my lover, but doesn't know. Just banish these thoughts. Just tell my mind to shut up. I tell myself. Right there next. Can we get a spy master we could trust? Not now. But I'll sway you next. So we can have counselors look at me more positively. We have your wife and your other wife. Good. One at a time. And I seize a personal weighing scale. Hey, that ups the stewardship a bit. How do you want your other wife back? That's 100 gold! Oh, that makes me smile. Oh. The personality type, I'm prone to victim of dangerous plots. So, that's because I have that raffle trait. So be careful with that. Can you repair this? Yeah, it'll do. We have the two bodyguards still, even though they don't like me particularly that much. Because I've been doing some things, especially with my dreadful behavior. Disease. Where? Okay, it started there. Set to be minor. Who knows what it'll be like. That place is going to be next to raid. Let's move out. Head to there. We're going to be getting so much gold out of this, and I'm going to be particularly happy, and we'll invest it in another bronze works down in Ghana. Benin, excuse me, Benin, yeah. I just realized it. I was like, wait a minute, you got the wrong West African thing wrong. Honest mistake. Getting closer to here, is it? No, not yet. Right, raid these next. And then you head there, and then there, and then there, and then turn back at this point. Because we've been traveling far. He's a guest and his co-imam. Man, Islam's doing more with the missionary work. I was gonna raid over there, but no, go somewhere else. Like there. At least it's closer to friendly borders. So you should be fine. My brother. My bastard half-brother. The way he left this world whilst under my protection will haunt me. I may one day forgive him for our sake. Why? Camp fever. They simply call it camp fever. Summon the physician. So there's two different camp fevers out? No, it's spread up river. That's what happened. Don't be alarmed yet. It's not gotten closer yet. Raids continue. A dim, flickering light in the infirmary illuminates the scene as the physician lays out the plan of attack. I have a number of observations regarding camp fever. Seems the way peasants are tormented by the camp fever, like I've never seen before. The plague does not appear to be too severe. This recommendation is professional to take a light approach to prevent the spread. After all, we do not wish to hurt the economy. Ultimately, the exact strategy for preventing the spread of this is mine to make. Soft approach is best. See, the moderate approach proves successful. With a slowing the spread of disease symptoms along the commoners, the impacts appear quite minimal. Should at least grant more time to work on a more permanent solution. Wonderful. Right there. make a sculpture. Ictidia's face became even worse when Amira saw Galan suggested a reading from the Trotula. Thankfully, Wamanagata soon suggested a reading from modern philosophy instead. A much better choice. Another rule. Murdered. And now there's you. Disease continues to spread. I think slightly cheaper. Swear upon the cola nuts. You got 'em. Pay up. No? A hook? Okay, get that instead. Alright, that's good enough with the amount of loot, so return to there. Still, you're gonna be definitely get hurt by attrition on the way back. I want you to raid there, and then we'll be golden. Because we're definitely gonna invest on another bronze working place in Benin to get us more income and prestige income. And along other things that will definitely help us out in the long run. Especially with the increase of more tax income, just to rely less on raiding. That is key. Small bronze works constructed in Ife. Alright. So, beginning at the village level, our smiths begun processing locally found materials, but our developed industry is hampered by our yet decentralized production. Currently, villagers gather resources at a clan level headed by local elders. So this would definitely help us. Including the development growth. Because Lord knows that's needed. We'll also invest in markets for more tax income. For trading outposts. Reduce building costs. You know, do that too. Actually, hold that thought. How much is it again? 297. It's coming. Wherever I go, the mirrors should fall. That look in her eyes, the words on her lips, I know exactly what she's after. How sweet, but no. But however, our faith has always disliked adulterers, so I'll say never. The world will know of our perverted nature. I'm sure female adultery is criminal in Sinism, I assume, over there. Alright. This man. Alright, build that here. And they said it'll take 4 years. But now it'll take about 3 years again. That's all you got? Okay. We're full. Let's go home. We're gonna take some attrition along the way. But we're slowly reinforcing. Which is, again, poor opinion of myself and an ugly woman. Wants to make a sculpture. Trying to right this wrong. But of course we can't afford that just yet. But I'll tell you what I can afford. A hunt. I'll go over there. Reduce that. I'll be there. I ain't scared of... And I've had some prior hunting experience. Only one way to solve that. Boy, the higher the dread you're gonna get, well, you know that someone's gonna stop you. Drained by mosquitoes. I'll find her myself. Brought her back. This is falconry. That's different. Several parties run the sunrise over the camp at the dry hills near Shabe. Might like to find a group of bastards. The fogs have a great spot. Not sure if has been a star of the hunt thus far. His falcons, talons, wherever driven red of fresh blood. So much so that his gloves seems to be stained a permanent crimson. I cannot help but probe of what is done to train such a video in a mass hunting bird. He just laughs. I wish Courtiers was my good training, but speaking truthfully, my glove was blessed by Mnaniane. I'd be willing to give it up for the right price. I don't need luck. You keep it. The game restless single-hearted hush as we ride the release on. From our vets where we could see several speckled buzzards trotting about the leafy bushes ahead. The party halts to prepare to move birds hooded to set them one by one to their sport. It's time. Everything could go wrong, seemed to do so, but there were silver linings to be found. He got us this point by an exhausted hands on trip home. The bus starts to indeed elude us this time. Now, at least he gauges me legitimacy slightly. Well, he gets legitimacy too. Just to show, hey, at least I was there. Come on, here comes the money! Well, I know exactly where we are. We found the correct path. You see, I know the country well. How much? Okay, you know what? Make it. Yes, I'm traveling. Yeah, I want to hold a festival for once. Let's hold this festival. It only costs this much. Sometimes you can make some of it back. It's been a while since we've done this. I was sending some administrative matters in my office. I was informed that Bilkis was giving me the word. Upon admittance of my presence, she proceeds to find I owed her a favor. So I could not forget. Sweetheart wants me to promote her, increasing her prestige. Of course, doing that will reduce my own fame, and I'll seem to be bowing to the whims of this person. I gave my word. Okay, here you go. I received word that the chief priest of Aramian, who serves as the chief Yoruba calendar keeper, decided on the date of this year's Overhaul festival, arguably the most important festival celebrated in Ile Efe by the Yoruba. It commemorates when Ogun, the fierce god of iron and war, cleared the way for the other spirits and deities to enter Earth and became an early Uni of Ile Efe. As the Uni, I had an important role to play in this festival, as I renewed my sacred oath as spiritual leader of all Yoruba. I participate in various rituals and bless my people. I need to prepare myself for various rites and rituals to commune with the ancestors and pray for all of my people. I can't wait. A week before the commencement of the festival, the Uni is to go into seclusion until the festival starts. In doing so, the Uni can purify themselves in order to ensure the effectiveness of the various rituals and ceremonies they already partaken during the religious festival. I'm the current Uni, so it is my duty to follow these sacred traditions without fail. I have retreated into my palace where I'm now communing with my ancestors and engaging in non-stop prayer. While this is ongoing, women from the royal household gather each evening and sing praises to Ogun and Oromyan, another war deity in ancient Uni, and to sweep the palace symbolically cleansing it of evil. Meanwhile, the shrine of Ogun in Ile Efe has been decorated with palm fronds. This helps remind everyone that the Overhaul festival will soon start. Alright. Today the Overhaul festival begins. Today, the first day, Ilagun Day. It begins before sunrise. When the search party is sent from the Uni's house to find and capture a dog to be sacrificed to Ogun. Ogun is a wrathful deity who claims victims in hunting or and accidents on the road. So it is inevitable that this festival dedicated to him begins with such a sacrifice. The chief priest of the Overhaul is the Yosugu, leads the procession with the dog in tow to the Uni's residence in Ile Efe. As is tradition, I, as the Uni, do not go out to meet the Yosugu. Instead, various chiefs of the Pawarus who have gathered have been waiting outside of my palace in my stead. They could give the Yosugu a small pot of medicine and a form medicine from myself that the sacrifice I will proceed. Yosugu now go in his shrine of Ogun. Ilsegun arrives at the shrine of Ogun with a procession and a sacrificial dog. And invoking Ilsegun, Ilsegun prays to the Unthassi. King, owner of sacred power, second only to the gods, may you reign long and may you conquer your enemies. The dog is duly tied to its head, smashed with one blow of the club. Once dead, it is tied to the sacred trees to be disemboweled, and its blood to flow forth from its shrine. Prayers and offerings are then made for the Uni and everyone else, as the second dog is sacrificed as well. When the sacrificial ceremonies conclude for the day, everyone starts to make merry, dance, and sing praises to Ogun. There is excitement everywhere. On the second day of the Overhaul, EPE is still filled with the crowds spreading merriment. Several groups stand up together. First are the royals, who wear long flowing robes and a hat with a fringe of thread covering their faces to show all their strong ties to the Uni. The second are the medicine men and women, who protect the Uni from the evil forces during the festival. They display their medicinal animal horns and whisper incantations to prevent rain from falling during Overhaul. Third are the palace servants, bodies painted in fierce red and white, accompanied by drummers, who control crowds of whips. The last but not least are the hunters and blacksmiths, who carry the guild's banners. The people are now heading to the Uni's palace as well. I'm preparing to take the bed for the night when a searing pain courses through my foot. On examination, I find a miniature sculpture embedded into the flesh of my soul, with its own feet sticking out. My beneficiary, Doria, looks at me sheepishly from near me. I apologize. That is the prototype of your latest commission. I must have dropped it. Pull it out yourself and pocket it. Then it's just safely extracted. It is time for one rare occasion when Uni leaves the palace and appears before the public. I emerge from the palace wearing the Ida crown, and I flap the beads of the crown and gaze to the crowd. All the rulers and priests present prostrate themselves in front of me, acknowledging my authority as divine ruler. Then I make my way to the shrine of Ogun. While doing so, everyone barrages me with prayers, anything from good health to curses on enemies, as ours is believed to be powerful. I duly dish out prayers to everyone present. My trip to the shrine of Ogun takes care of all the crowd present. Once I arrive there, I perform various rituals with the Osagun. Most importantly, I renew my oath as Uni. Following this, I go to the shrine of the goddess of wealth, Aji. Though men typically occupy the ritual in public space in Yoruba beliefs, women occupy the market space where crucial business decisions are made. So it is important that I'm here to appeal to the spirits for a successful year. All in all, these visits reinforce my religious authority. After I return to the palace at the end of my second day, subsequent third day is usually a break day. It's been very exciting thus far. It is the fourth and last day of all of it, when I return to the shrine of Olagun to repeat all the rituals done there a couple of days ago, such as renewing my sacred oath of kingship. Following this, I visit the elders in my household before visiting members of the other royal houses nearby. During this time, it is customary for people to greet and provide Uni with gifts before I return to my residence, where the elder women of my house sing praises to me and my lineage. This year I encountered a number of people out here, all who greeted me and showered me with gifts, recognizing my secular and spiritual powers as Uni. I pray for all those that approach me. So 67 gold, and you know, holding those festivals, they cost you around 65 average. So, you make some of it back. The Autumn Festival is ended, and those from outside EPE are leaving the city. The fun occasion is the festival for people to honor the fearsome god Osun and pay their respects to the Uni, source of the world's secular and sacred power, and commemorate Yoruba history, heritage, and values. After all, EPE is a sacred site, said to be the cradle of humankind, where the gods came down to the earth. Ultimately, Overhaul is the time for all of us to recognize the divine forces that regulate the universe. Until next time. So, see what level I get. I got magnificent. This Sunni just renewed their oaths during the original festival. Many believe the Sunni performed their duties exceedingly well during the festival. In doing so, they not only gained the approval of the ancestors and spirits, particularly Ogun, a wrathful god of war and iron, they also held a period of greater peace and prosperity throughout the land. The next 5 years. Thank you very much. This disease has claimed 20 people and it's now largely gone. Sculptor. I know what you need. Should please lose 1 progress. That's alright, take your time. Better invest in that. More trading outposts means more money to be made in future. So that way we can rely less on raids. Oh. Get rid of that. And you know what I want? Since we have these artifacts that are expiring. Dedications over raid enemies. These good Yoruba carvings. We need a new one of these. In fact, destroy this and make a new one for me. The same goes for this, since you're not using that anymore. And use a personal weighing skill. That's +1 stewardship. Commission artwork from the Craft Guild and get me a new one of this. Yeah, we'll get another one in 5 years' time. And network with the Trans-Saharan merchants. Right on time. A large stone slab has been recently discovered in Ife with some text carved into it. It appears to be centuries old, and at least though the writing is difficult to read, we're able to find a local scholar who translates it, and who says the stone seems to be creative and raised many generations ago in honor of some important local figure recently passed away. What else to be discerned? The writing is so worn out that written in an ancient style. Piece of history, no less. We already have good fighting men and women these days, so it would be wise to invite a few more knights over here. Your domain limits jumped up thanks to your personal weighing skill and network of the Trans-Saharan merchants, so you're making a bit more money than usual. How much? 3! Good. Hold on! Stop! Get in here, and it's another hunt. Alright. Time to go. Do we even have our own master of the hunt? Well, I have a few suggestions. My ideas work very well. No, we don't have master of the hunt. Also, I have failed to become aware that we are at war. I failed to realize that we are in a state of war. And this is a defensive war. Huh. I mean, to be fair, there's a populist uprising that's concurrent. And they're not doing a thing over there. Go take care of them. And you too. I'll be willing to pay to recruit you. I just noticed that just now, and this has been ongoing for 4 years. Inherited somebody else's war. Come on, we gotta go hunting. This is hunt, not falconry. On the... Warrior wounded in training. The antelope. The most dangerous animal in the savannah. Except in the forest. Look at that obnoxious witch! There's no way for you to act. Hey. We're gonna corner the antelope. When the men at arms are gathered over there, stop gathering. Oh, we got it. Good shot. I didn't kill him myself, but good shot, huh? Okay, stop. Get in there. We'll follow you. Let's go take this capital and end the war. Curse these Kongi dogs! Oh my goodness! I knew you would be. This just makes me want to say, God dang. It's great to have you in our ranks. In fact, mind if you appoint you there. The successor. There you go. She's in a claimed knight now. Here's the inspiration. An ornate statue of Uni painted, masterfully carved. The Uni is famous for his enlightened reign over the High Kingdom of Florinasia. The oak of the sculpture is massively. That adds prestige. An ornate statue of an animal, painted and massively carved. The mythical qualities of the creature interpreted as an allegory of the Uni and his light and reign. Yes, it's lovely. Put it over here for all can see. Look at that. Not quite done yet. Yes, sir, Charles Sondo were rather grueling. I was so exhausted I overslept. Whereas Touch did not want to wake me up, saying they worried that I would not be in the right state of mind if they didn't give me enough time to rest. I have to be careful not to oversleep again. You've been traveling a lot, huh? Up to the stewardship a bit as well. During the daily management run, we could be learning several different opportunities I could pursue. Each opportunity has great potential, but I realistically can only pursue one of them. We must determine what will ultimately give you the most value. Securing those trade deals will fill my treasury, so we'll earn the gold instead of looking for a book artifact. Alright. Excellent your ivory carving. This is much better than the old one. Wonderful. Okay, get out of here. This replaces the old one we used to have. If we want to have this, you gotta get city planning, which is something that we're trying to get in 9 years' time. Ah, didn't see you there. 5. Come on in. What the? Okay, they became independent, so... Okay then, let's head to there. And also watch yourselves, that area is diseased. Because that area is affected by the dancing plague, a holy fire. Be careful with that. Bloody you're gonna be no shame. Guards. So, sister, how are you doing? Married. Who's my brother-in-law? Yes, we know. Is a bastard. Well, I can wish you for the best. You know, one day I would love to have these titles again, but cannot rogue title what Taberna region. What's her education? What is she like? No good. Trusting, impatient, gluttonous. Well, what if I say no to it and find someone else to my liking? Their opinion. Well, you're not of my house, but I can only hope that you don't join any factions. This alliance be broken, but you are terrified of me, so you shouldn't oppose me. I'll find someone better. There will be that day. I'll find my true love one day. Whoever that person may be. For future reference. Is there anything that gives you stewardship? Ironsmiths. They improve stewardship. And you know, since this is a excellent artifact, you can reforge it. And if you reforge that, this becomes a pedestal item and will provide these benefits, including renown. You know what? Go ahead with this. And it pays 3 gold. So it's in very good condition. And we don't have that many pedestal artifacts to begin with. You know what? Do that instead. Okay, you're back on. Okay. Take a look at this, people. So yes, this work of art carved in the traditional Yoruba style, using ivory taken from the tusk of an African elephant killed by a local hunters guild. It was created by the artisans of the Ivory and Woodcarvers Craft Guild serving under the Oduduwa dynasty, at the request of their members. So, yes, we still get the same benefits for all this, but gain a bit of renown. Vast and court grandeur, especially. And you see this. This is made directly for rice. That's a 3D artifact there. That is, you know, of similar to what we see on the bronze heads. That's from Yoruba tradition. But this is made all of ivory carving. So that's something we should do. To spend your money on. So yes, I'm happy with the arrangement. Make a table. Well, can you do better? Consider the master. How much? 72. 200 gold? You got it. We'll end the episode soon. And yeah, I didn't even look at the battle of what was won there. Or there wasn't even one to begin with. Are you sure she's a prisoner? Anyway, so let's end the episode with this. I exit my camp, the siege camp swells up before me. The sprawl reds and browns and blues, reds, browns, and blues of tent striped with hills of sandy canvas. Hundreds of horses tied to crude pens and feeders jammed with hayseed. And a fire is crackling as camp followers stoke cauldrons of bubbling stew. Flags flap and flutter along the horizon, and at various intervals fires burn. Shouts and cries ring through the damp air. My low retainer approaches and forms its siege, and I gather my bodyguards head to the entry camp. And Willia of Corienza stands before me. A wreckage of burning wood and broken stone, and the fields between. Our crops have withered, and the wild grass has been reduced to mahogany-colored stubble. Heraldry flies and tatters. Helms slate on their sides. Horse plumes shake of limp and sweat-soaked. Grieving widows Franwan, tear-stained faces. Mournful children nested in their laps, bewail the sight of their demolished homes. Cloth-capped farmers toss sheaves of wheat, while skeletal rapes with the silent screeching lamentations. Loot the place, and imprison everyone you see there, and see if we can ransom a few. particularly... No? You ain't got nothing? That's all you got? They pay me in 3. Same amount of gold that I paid to turn that artifact into a pedestal item. So, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That'll be the end of this as we make 9 a month. Yes, 9 a month. And, well, actually, no. Let's keep that going till the small bronze work is finished so we can see the... So it's going to be 9.8. So yes, we're relying less on, raiding from then on out. We're going to be a wealthy nation, a wealthy entity. Teach them the superiority of the Yoruba culture. And they did. I didn't have time to read it. And there you go. But as you know, it can be upgraded further if you have communal government, but that's early medieval era. But we're going to be stuck in trouble unless we can, unless you can adopt feudal ways, which you got to have 70% of all military and civic. But the problem is, it's going to be a lot longer than that because we've been stuck with civic and not so much military. So we're falling behind militarily. But at least we're a prosperous nation now. Especially with that we make 10 gold a month. Half of that is from the domain and the other half from vassal taxation. If they behave well, looking at all of you. If they all behave well. So yes, I'm very happy of how this series has turned out so far. But we still got a lot of work to do. There's money to be made, and all we're gonna have to do is just do whatever it takes to keep things stable. And then at times, commission more artwork from the Crafts Guild. We haven't been doing enough of that. There is time for that. Oh, and also we should also at least give this an attempt to try to make even more gold with this, so that you have that amount now. So yes, we're in a good position here. So we hope people have enjoyed this episode. And until the next one, so long for now.